Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube and is always available on boinkstudios.com. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. This is episode number 116, and yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. We want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi Ryan and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We greatly appreciate it. So episode number 115 was WWE TLC. We talked about the TLC card, gave predictions, thoughts, ideas, words of wisdom, all the usual fanfare. Guess what this show is? Ho, 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 Jack. That's right. It's the Christmas edition of Tom Clark's Main Event. I'm super stoked because in the past, this has just been me up here without you guys. It wasn't, it was fun because I like to hear myself talk. Can you tell? But it's not as much fun with an audience. So there you go. Awesome. This time, the main event is the Christmas show and TLC review because we're going to do both. We're going to be ho, ho, ho. And spreading Christmas cheer for all the world to hear. We're going to go caroling later. Everyone meet me outside. Okay, we're going to go caroling through the neighborhood. That'll be fun. We're going to sing. I'm going to take my bass, okay, and I'm going to throw the amp over my back, and we're going to be fine. It's going to work out great. I've been learning Frosty the Snowman. It's fun, challenging, fun. It's cool to play. So Jason said, talk about Impact at the best. Oh, God. You talking about Impact Wrestling? Or are you talking about... Jason's lost me already. I see. Jason is talking about Impact Wrestling. I hear you. So, how's everyone doing out there? Is everyone ready for Christmas? You freaking well should be. It's upon us. If you're not ready by now, guess what? You're not going to be ready. It's too late for you. I was ready last week. I bought my last gift last week. And it's... I was so happy to be done. Not to be done with the holiday because I love this holiday. It's my favorite time of year. Just glad to be done shopping. 99% of the stuff I got online because I'm lazy and I don't like crowds. I have a thing about crowds. This coming from a guy that goes and joins 10, 15,000 people to see pro wrestling live. What am I? I don't like crowds. There's certain circumstances I hate crowds, and one of them is shopping. Can't stand shopping. Chris still has shopping to do. Jeez. Alma, excuse me. Already praising the TLC match, triple threat ladder match, Asuka the new women's champ. Yes, I do love Amazon Prime. Jim has hit it on the head square. I love Amazon Prime. Free shipping, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So very cool. So we're going to get there, Alma. Hold tight. We're going to get to the TLC review. First off, let me tell you how pumped up I am for Christmas. I'm super stoked. I'm excited. Family, friends, all the above. It's the best. You don't need a holiday to do those things, but man, it sure makes it special, doesn't it? So yeah, my favorite time of year by far. We've been watching Christmas movies like every night this week. We're going to watch some more tonight. We watched Fred Claus last night. I love Fred Claus. I freaking love that movie. You know what I mean? If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. It's so good. I think tonight's going to be Charlie Brown Christmas special. And probably something else. So, lost another 2 pounds. I'm down 42 pounds. I'm feeling great. Having said that, I'm probably going to eat more than I should tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's Christmas with my folks. And then next week, of course, we'll be eating a little bit more than usual too. But we're going to have to try to temper that with some smart eating, folks. Low calorie. Doing the best I can here, folks. So, Andrew says, I worked in electronics for Black Friday at Walmart one year. That place was packed. I'm sure it was. Stefan, hello, my friend, says, what'd you ask for? Peace on earth. That's me. I didn't really ask for peace on earth. I probably should have. Honestly, I don't really care, man. At my age now, I've reached that age where, like, if you told me I had one thing to unwrap on Christmas, I'd be okay with that. I got a 10-year-old. My most important goal in this life is to raise that kid the right way and to spoil the crap out of him, which is probably not such a good goal, but if he's happy, I'm happy. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, as long as he's got something, I'm good. Andrew says he hasn't seen Frank Claus in forever. I do love it. Amen. Merry Christmas here from the Philippines. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Thank you for watching. Montrese, what is up? Hey, Merry Christmas to Montrese. Again, love that freaking name. I couldn't pull that name off if I tried. Do I look like a Montrese to you? I'm not hip enough to pull that off. I barely pull off Tom, okay? By the way, up until the time I hit my first day in high school, I was Tommy. Ugh, I can't even remember those days. I don't want to think about them. My first day in high school, there was another guy in my room named Tommy, and the homeroom teacher is calling the roll, and he goes, wait a minute, one of you guys are going to have to be Tom. And I'm like, right here. From that point on, it's Tom, okay? Because I can't be 80 and be Tommy. What? It's not going to happen. So yeah, hey, Merry Christmas, Leandra. Merry Christmas, Shane. What's up? Okay, so tribute to the troops. Larry's asking about tribute to the troops. It was filler, and I don't care. It was a good gesture. I always enjoy watching the program, if for no other reason because the men and women of the armed services, especially the pro wrestling fan. Even if you're not a pro wrestling fan, how could you not enjoy seeing these guys coming to do their thing? You know what I mean? I love the show. I think it's one of the best things that company does, in addition to the work with Make-A-Wish Foundation, various other charitable things they do as a company. I think it's right up there with being important. I think after a while, it kind of sounds like the superstars are being, I don't want to say phony, because I know they mean it from the heart. Hey, we're here for you guys. And if you're the soldiers, maybe you just want to watch the show. Maybe you're just like, let's get to the wrestling. I'm not going to overanalyze it. I love it. I think it's awesome. So, hey, ho, ho, ho. I am not going to pronounce your name, sir, or try to. I don't want to butcher it. I've done that before, and I hate to do that. Jamie, what's up? Jamie, first time watching in a few weeks, been super busy working. Jamie, I feel you, brother. No doubt about it. Andrew, I won't spoil the show. I won't spoil it. I wrote an ongoing piece about last night and published it as soon as the show was over. So I did that on ProWrestling.com. So I did get to watch it. So yeah, no one spoiled the show for Andrew there. All right, so let's go ahead and review TLC, and we don't have to spend all day on it. We can review TLC, and then we'll come back and talk some more Christmas. Sound good? Sound great. All right, so let's do this. We'll start from the curtain jerk up, and we'll get there. WWE Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy defeats Cedric Alexander. Buddy retains the Cruiserweight Championship. You knew these two guys were going to bring it. They were going to have a solid match. They were going to deliver as only they can. You knew they were going to. You were 100% right. It was good to watch. It was fun to watch. I love both these guys. Murphy's always been capable of it, although you didn't know it for the longest time because he wasn't really being allowed to work in that fashion, I guess you could say. But, man, it was a blast to see him. I love those guys. They're giving forth maximum effort every single time. They're putting 205 Live on the map, as a couple of the guys have over the past 2 years. It's great to see. I really enjoyed that match. Merry Christmas, William. What's up? Let's see. Jamie said, yeah, I heard the Young Bucks and Cody didn't take a deal with WWE. I don't blame them. Here's the thing. By saying no to WWE, you didn't smack them in the face. You didn't say Vince McMahon sucked. You can suck it or whatever. You didn't say that, right? I assume. You just said it's not for me right now. It doesn't mean that there can't be something later. And let's be honest. I didn't want to see the Bucks and Cody go to WWE. I didn't want to see it. I did. There's such different flavor outside of Vince McMahon's company. There's choices. There's You can say there's not competition, but there is, okay? It's just different levels, and you can call it whatever you want, but there's alternatives to WWE. Those things need to continue. It's important. It's important, man. I don't think all those guys should jump to WWE, to be honest with you. You're right, Murphy's no cruiserweight. Don't they bill him right at 204 pounds? Which is probably a working weight, by the way. I remember back in the day when Barry first joined the Horsemen, they listed him at like 251. And I'm like, if Barry Windham's 251 pounds, I'm the Queen of England, Jack. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't believe that at all. You know what I mean? And maybe I was wrong, but he was tall and skinny. Now, he added muscle as time went on, but at first, come on, 251, come on. But Kit, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Andrew asked if Cruiserweight and Elias versus Lashley and Appreciate. I believe so. Can I be honest with you? As the show is going on, I'm writing at the same time, and I had it on the iPad. I'm writing on the laptop, so I'm doing 2 or 3 things. I usually, when I work, I do 2 or 3 things at one time. But yes, I believe so. Brent says Cody does better than that. Well, to your point, Cody, or Brent, excuse me. To your point, I think that, if they're happy, they're making a living, and they can do some other things outside the company. WWE's probably always going to be there. We don't foresee that company tanking anytime soon. We come out as a $1 billion company. There's always going to be opportunity later. If you can do something now, do it. All Elite Wrestling, I'm all for it. Let's see. William says, is there going to be a GM for Raw? I don't think so. Shelly says she can't watch for some reason. Are you talking about the show right now? I had someone last week ask me that. By the way, to anyone watching who are sending me Facebook messages, please don't think I think I'm ignoring you. I answer as much as I can. I'm getting a lot, and it's flattering. I do appreciate it. The issue is my job outside of this. I'm doing a lot of stuff through the Christmas holidays, as we all are. I'm busy. It's just been hard for me to answer everybody. So please don't take offense to that, okay? I don't mean it personal. All right, so what else is on the card here? So we can breeze through these folks. We don't have to spend a lot of time on any of them unless you want to. Elias defeats Bobby Lashley in a ladder match. Everything that we thought was going to happen in that match happened. So there you have one heel and one baby face. You want to keep count? This is fun. This is what I like the most about TLC. Carmella and R-Truth defeats Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox to win Season 2 Mixed Match Challenge. Again, baby faces win the day. SmackDown Tag Team Champions The Bar defeats the Usos in the New Day in a triple threat match. The Bar retains the championship. So now we're up 2 heels and 2 faces. So we're 2-2, right? And we don't have to breeze through this incredibly fast, but let's see. Israel, what's up, my friend? Bring Cedric to the main roster and have him and R-Truth make a tag team title run. Yeah, okay, I suppose. If they fit. I don't know if they fit. Maybe they would. Sure. Yeah, why not? I don't know. They just brought Ali up, so maybe there'll be some more guys. I love the fact that the 205 Live guys now have a shot, not just the NXT guys, to get to the main roster. Is how it should be. 205 Live should be a developmental brand as well in some respects, not just because, well, they're tiny guys and here's a tiny belt to put around their tiny waists. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Shouldn't be that way. Plus, the average height and weight of a WWE superstar these days is no longer 7 foot, 345 pounds. It's all about who can get it done in the ring, who can sell merch, who can work the stick, who can do all the above. And there's some cruiserweights that can do all those things. So let's see. Utilize Anderson Gallows. There's rumors of Anderson Gallows maybe not being there too much longer. I know that Tama Tonga made reference to them on Twitter this week. Tama Tonga's an entertaining Twitter account. If you don't follow him, you need to follow him. So, Mahesh, yes, from India. Welcome, Mahesh. Don't let me butcher your name. I apologize. Well, Pete Dunne make it. Pete Dunne's not just going to make it. Pete Dunne's going to make it and then some. Pete Dunne is, and despite his height, despite his size, Pete Dunne is that guy that you don't want to cross. You don't want to cross the wrong guy. It doesn't matter how big he is. You don't want to cross him because if you do, you're going to pay for it. And I think that's the sort of reputation he would have on the main roster. Kiss says Tonga's the best. I agree with that. Buddy Murphy on the main roster. They did it before, but now he's sort of recreated himself, reinvented himself, I guess you could say. WWE's done that as well with him. So, yeah, sure, why not? Hashir, yes. I get a lot of folks watching from outside the United States. That's the coolest thing ever. So I appreciate that. All you folks watching, thank you so much for hanging out. That's awesome. NXT does have some big old boys, but they got a few small ones too. Kevin, no doubt about it. I'm doing fine, Hashir. How are you, my friend? Thank you for watching the show. So again, we're just kind of breezing through the TLC card. If you're just joining us, we've already touched on a few matches. We're going to get through the card. We're going to talk about other things happening in WWE at the time and anything else you guys want to talk about, okay? Let's see. Braun Strowman defeats Raw General Manager-elect Baron Corbin in a TLC match to earn a Universal title opportunity. Easy for me to say. Against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Okay, so we kind of figured Braun wouldn't be able to work. We thought he would be there, but we didn't know in what capacity. He showed up with his arm in a sling. He's still recovering from having bone spurs removed from his elbow. Yes. And he was there, showed up. The Bobby Roode and Chad Gable got revenge. Apollo Crews got revenge. His Slater got revenge. Finn Balor got revenge. This was as satisfying of a moment as we needed to have happen at TLC because the Baron Corbin show was not very fun to watch. Yes, let's talk about Finn, right? Let's do that because there's rumors going around right now. And again, believe anything you want to with a grain of salt, or run with and go with God. Completely fine, up to you. There's rumors going around that Finn's in line for a big push. We've been hearing that for a few years now. Hopefully it's true this time. The guy's earned it. He's more than earned it. He's on his way. And we need to remember that he's put in a whole career's worth of action and hard-fought matches and earning his stripes and done all those things before he ever set foot in WWE. He's comfortable in his own skin. He knows who he is. He can get it done in the ring. And all the above. All the cliches you want to apply to an established pro wrestler fit Finn Balor because he is the man. I would love to see him advance beyond his station right now in WWE. And he doesn't have a bad station at all. He's featured on TV every single week. That's not the sign of a guy being hammered. That's not a sign of a guy being buried by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. It's a really, really good move to elevate him up the ladder because he deserves it. He did get revenge on Baron Corbin. Baron was laid out as he should have been. Baron's the big evil, the big bad of Monday Night Raw for the past month or so. It was time for him to go. If TLC taught us anything, folks, it's that WWE knows full well what they're doing in terms of what they're shoving down your throat and what you don't want to eat. They force feed it to you. They're fully aware of what they're doing. Never let it be said that they are not, okay? And you know that because they gave you the exact opposite of what they've been giving you, which is exactly what you wanted at TLC. The good guys won the day. The heroes stood tall. The protagonists were victorious, which is what we've all been wanting. Raw has too much heat. There's too much heat. It's red hot. You about can't touch the remote, folks. It's that freaking hot. Too much heat with no answer is too much. They're killing baby faces in that company left and right. Got to stop that. It's so hard to build a credible baby face, to get him over, to make fans believe in him, to make money with him, to make him legitimate and relevant. To kill them like that is a work of nonsense. They can't do that. It's not good business, and they know that too. You know they know that, right? Let's see. Title match with Finn Balor, WrestleMania? Perhaps, yeah. Becky didn't keep her belt. But Becky didn't have to keep her belt, Betty. To be honest with you, Becky didn't have to keep her belt. She's over. She doesn't need the title. We could talk about her booking afterward in a few minutes because I'm curious about how it's going and what you guys think about it. But she doesn't have to have a title to be over right now. She's already over. She was over before she beat Charlotte, right? She was already getting over. The belt helped. But I'm a firm believer in the man makes the belt doesn't make the man. I have to believe that. Otherwise, I think that the company's bigger than the performer, and I don't believe that. I think that... Okay, so WWE's been around for a long time, yes. Probably going to be around for a long time to come, right? So you can say that no one's bigger than the business, no one's bigger than WWE. I get that. But at the same time, without the talent, WWE doesn't exist. They got no one to put in the ring. The talent has to be the ones who are out there week in and week out plying their craft and busting their hump in the middle of the ring. Finn needs title. He really gets over. You agree? I think he's over right now, Ray. He sells merch. Fans love him. He's popular. I think give him a title. Yes, absolutely. Feud him with Dean. Put the Intercontinental title on him. And if that's not good enough, and it's probably not, the problem is you got the dude at the top that's never there. Brock Lesnar. Hello. Brock, forgot what you look like. Welcome back. Squash somebody. That's the problem. You could put it on Seth. People talking about Seth, WrestleMania 35. I don't know. Not that I'm against it. I'm not against it, as they say. But the fact is that they've not really made a move to kill Brock or anything like that. Where's Brock? Sean says. We're all asking that question, Sean. No one really knows. Asuka needs the belt way more than Becky right now, Jim says. Jim, halla freaking Luya on that deal, my man. Why doesn't WWE care about tag team matches anymore like they used to? I think they do, Mark, but I think they do in small doses. They don't across the board. They do when it suits them. When they need top matches, top spots to be filled on a card, they care. That's when you see the Usos, the New Day, and the Bar. But when they don't care is on Monday Night Raw when they put the tag team belts on just two guys thrown together. That's the problem. AOP probably shouldn't have lost the tag team belts, but then again, you kind of killed that team when you had Drake Maverick, wetting himself on public or on national television. Like, what? Whatever. Don't even get me started on that crap. Let's see. Hilton says Brock is no good with the belt. Worst champ ever. JC says something else about Brock that I can't repeat on the show. I hear you. As we said before on the program, don't get mad at Brock. Get mad at WWE. Your anger is directed at the wrong person. Brock is doing what's agreed upon in his contract. He works X number of dates, and that's what he works. Brock doesn't care about the betterment of WWE. Vince McMahon, the McMahon family, should care about the betterment of WWE. And the betterment of WWE does not necessarily dictate they put the belt on a guy that's never going to be there. You see what I mean? So maybe the company should be more concerned with what happens inside the company than the guy they put the belt on who agreed to not be there. And they said yes to it. That's just my take. Craig says, do you think the McMahons are going to take up a lot of TV time? As sure as I know I'm wearing a red hat, Craig, believe that, okay? You could believe in the McMahons taking up more family time than you could believe Santa Claus is going to come down your chimney on Christmas Eve, man. That's the truth, because that's what they do. They are the superstars of that company. They've proven that for years, okay? When Austin, declined and his years were gone and he hung up the belt or hung up the boots, it became obvious. And it's the old territory idea, the old Fritz Von Erich, the old Vern Gagne idea, the old Bill Watts idea that I'm the promoter, I'm the guy running the place, I'm going to be the biggest star. I know I'm not going to leave. I don't have to depend on anyone else, because if I depend on somebody else, guess what's going to happen? They're going to split. Take the belt with them, take the money with them, I'll never see them again. And that's sort of, I think, where WWE is. The McMahon family are the top stars of that program, and that's just how they feel. I just wrote a piece about that very thing and finished it up before we went live today for the Chairshot.com. It's probably going to publish tomorrow, I'd say, maybe Sunday, talking about that very thing. The McMahons are the stars of the show, and everyone else is just part of the show. We use words like top stars and top guys, and I do it all the time. I just wrote 2 or 3 pieces using those very terminology. But at the same time, I have to be honest with you and say the McMahon family is the top stars of that company and those programs, because they so are, and that's the truth. That's a fact. You can be happy about that or hate it. It's whatever. Craig says no spoilers. Oh, I see you guys are talking to each other again. I apologize. Hilton says, I made a lot of WWE superstars in Louisiana, and Brock was the worst to me. Interesting, Hilton. Interesting take on that. I've never met Brock myself. I can't speak on that. Interesting. Sean says, do you like the Daniel Bryan heel turn? It's growing on me. I like it better now than I did in the beginning, because I didn't like the reason in the beginning. I thought the reason was lame. I need something. Listen, I've been watching this stuff for a long time. Since I'm like 3, I watched this, okay? That's a long time ago, trust me, okay? I need something more than just, the fans aren't getting me anywhere. Screw this. I've heard that for like 40 years. I need something more than that. I need something better. I need something better. I need something more plausible. Now, you're looking at me and you're thinking, okay, Tom, but, a heel's logic only has to be logical to the heel. And I completely agree with that. I can't argue that. However, it would be nice if occasionally, I could get something besides, I don't need you fans. So, why are vegans so bitter? Because they can't enjoy beef, obviously. Beef makes people happy. See how many people we can fire up today, man. Steven says it's hard to have reasons for heel turn. You have to have the change in mannerisms, a.k.a. Matt Hardy. Oh my God, what a great point. Steven, guess what just happened to you? For this Christmas season, you just won the No Prize, my friend. Check your mailbox. It will be there before Christmas. Congratulations. Yeah, a change in mannerisms, a change in behavior, a change in ideology. It's an extreme way to go about it, but I completely see your point. I'm with that. Well done. Karen says, what's going on with Dean Ambrose? Karen is the $1 billion question asker of the day. I don't have $1 billion for you, but that's a great question. I think that heel turn's been tanked from day one. I think in retrospect, they probably shouldn't have turned him. I mean, you could always ask me, well, Tom, who are they going to feud Seth with if they don't turn Dean? They could have, I don't know what they could have done. They could have done something, right? But now, hindsight 2020, I was one of the guys on the night it happened saying, this is great. I'm man enough to say when I've made a mistake and make an error in judgment. I think it could have been great. I don't think it's great now. I think I was wrong about that. I'll be honest with you. I feel like when I've said something wrong or get proven wrong later, I'll be a man and tell you. I think maybe it shouldn't have happened now. It just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. It's just me. All right, Leandra, thanks for hanging out. Come back later. Okay. Andrew, I do not agree with WWE's booking decision for Brock, but I see why they book him as such. Brock is main attraction, a way to draw money. WWE would lose money if we saw Brock every week. I see your point. It's Paul Heyman's explanation that Andre the Giant was not special because you saw him every week. He was special because you didn't see him every week. That's kind of the point. He compares Andre to Brock, Brock to Andre. I get it. I guess. Israel says Dean is boring. Hot take from Israel. Paul says Eco Hill Brian works and will only get better with time because, wait for it, it's his baby. Creative is not messing with it. I'm not hating that. I'd like to think that Daniel Bryan at this stage in his WWE career can have some input on his characters and have some sort of, I can't say creative control. That's not going to happen again. But creative input, sure, I'll buy that for $1. Why not? I can go with that. Rousey's a Heyman girl. Rousey's always been a Heyman girl. Paul's been in her camp for a long time, man, for sure. I don't know if they're ever going to make it official on TV. We'll see. Does Kenny finally jump to WWE? Kenny Omega? I don't think he needs to. I think he will. I think of that group of characters right now, Cody, the Bucks, Heyman Page, Kenny Omega, I think they could, here's my opinion, and maybe I'd get proven wrong, and I'd love to get proven wrong, but I think that in one instance, I like to get proven wrong, and here's what I'm saying. I think that Heyman Page has the most to lose by going to WWE, and Kenny Omega has the most to gain. Because Kenny is smart, he knows what his character should and shouldn't be doing, and he's open to new things, but he knows what works for him personally. So I think if he went, he would only go with full understanding that, hey, I need to have some input of some kind here. And so if he goes, that means he's getting that, right? That he wouldn't sign the deal otherwise. So he would have the most to gain. Hangman Page would have the most to lose because I don't think they'd know what to do with Hangman Page. I don't think you'd see the vest again or the cowbell or any of that, or the rope or any of that stuff. I think that'd be over. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But Hangman Page, as good as he is and as much of an impact as he's made in New Japan, and he has, Hangman kind of looks like everybody else. And I don't mean any disrespect by that. But if you're going to stand out in WWE, you need to be something different, bring something else to the table. And I love the guy. Don't misunderstand me. I just don't know if I see him getting over in WWE the way maybe everyone would like to see him get over. No, Steven, to your point, yeah, they do have creative control. Right. WWE wouldn't give them that at all. Kenny was in WWE at one point, Andrew. He was in developmental. I think he was in FCW. I know he was there. He was there for a cup of coffee, just barely. And it didn't, sometimes it doesn't work out, man. Guys and gals are released all the time, and you're like, oh, this sucks. They have potential. Maybe it just wasn't the right time. Obviously, it wasn't Kenny's time. He had to find himself. What's the old story? You have to leave and learn a new hold, and then come back. And that's kind of what he did. He learned a new hold, learned a bunch of them, right? Let's see. Larry says, why is Heyman connected to the UFC? I don't know if he's connected officially, and maybe, Larry, he is. I don't know. Perhaps you're right. He's always been a fan. He loves the sport. He covers it on his blog on Heyman Hustle. So yeah, there's always been interest on his part. I don't know if he's officially involved, but yeah, he's always had sort of a link to it because of who he is and because of the business that he came from. So all right, let's keep flying down the card here, shall we? Natalya defeats Ruby Riott in a tables match. Again, a satisfying ending. We knew that was going to happen. It happened the way it should have. Finn Balor defeats Drew McIntyre. I said this when it happened. I don't think a loss kills Drew at all. I don't believe so. I think Finn needed that. Worse than Drew needed it, perhaps. Rey Mysterio defeats Randy Orton in a match that, in my opinion, was one of the best of the night. Who would have thought that the chairs match between Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio would have been that good? Talk to me about how good you think that match was. Man, was it entertaining. The spot where Randy's on the outside of the ring and Ray does that crazy dive thing where he puts the chair on him like he's on a sled going down a hill of snow. Whoosh. And goes, dude, that's the most fun thing I've seen in forever. Puts a smile on my face, can you tell? This is so cool. Do I think NXT call-ups are necessary? What do you think? Do you think it has killed the hype? I don't think it's killed Lars' hype at all. So, Ruby is a great wrestler, Israel, to your point. I'm trying to throw some comments in here, folks. My apologies for not hitting everyone as always. Natty and Riott was much better than I anticipated. I agree with that 100%. I thought I knew it would be good, but you can't underestimate how good Ruby is. And how about that spot, Liv Morgan going through the table? That's pretty good, huh? And of course, next night on Raw, she's walking around as if it never happened. Yawn, okay? I hate that. The one thing, and I've always praised Jeff Hardy over the years, and I'm going to continue to do so because he deserves it. The one thing I love about Jeff is when the pay-per-view happens the night before, you can't tell on Raw. Not by the way the guys are moving. You can't tell. John Cena's always smiling with the muscles, and I'm shining. Let's go to work and salute. Runs down the ring. Hey, da-da-da-da. He's perfect. He took like 9 chair shots and a flaming table and got hit by a truck and thrown off a ladder. And the Hulk came by and smashed him square in the mouth. You can't tell. Every time Jeff hits the ramp, he's limping. Right? He's doing this. He's selling his back. He's selling his arm. He's selling his leg. He's selling his neck. Jeff is reminding you, I was in a ladder match last night. Do you remember that? Boy, I sure do. Ow. I love that about that guy. He still, to this day, does it. I love that about him. He's committed. Do you think he's told to do that? No, I don't think so. I think he just does it because it's the right thing to do. I love that. You know what I mean? It's one of the things I've always loved about Jeff. Ray was practicing for the Slayer ride. Melissa, well done. Mark wants to know if WWE ever offers backstage passes. They give press passes, which I've been trying to get my hands on for a while. I've not made a serious effort to do it, but I'd like to. I don't think in terms of offering, no. I think you have to know somebody. I think you have to know one of the boys, and they can get you in. But I think it's one of those you have to really kind of work on it kind of deals. Craig says TLC was a pretty good pay-per-view. I 100% agree. 100% agree, man. Orton and Mysterio's match was well booked. Great match. Most spots landed positions to be followed up with back of chair shot. Yeah, it's funny how that works, right? Like back in the day, you could land anywhere because you're going to get slugged in the face with a friggin' chair at 115 miles an hour. But now in chair matches, you're like, oh, here's my back. Here's my back to you too. And you're right. Totally right, man. They have to like position themselves. That's what I said last week about Rey Mysterio. It just happens. Every time you work Rey, you just happen to fall over the second rope and hang there and wait and hang out till you get kicked in the face. It's kind of the same deal. But I see where you're coming from, buddy. What's going on? What's going to happen with Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy is Joe's weakness, the fact that he has never won a title in WWE. I like the fact that you're asking that question because Jeff's got you thinking about it. You probably already knew it. You probably already talked about it before with somebody else, but now Jeff's got you thinking about it. If there's going to be any heat to come of this, it's got to come from somewhere because these two guys really don't have a reason to fight. Got to give them a reason. You know what I mean? There's no title involved. Maybe say that the winner of this match gets the United States title shot. How about that? Give him a reason to fight. Other than Joe being a jerk, right? Steven says he thinks Joe would be a great heel champion. I can't argue with you on that. Rebecca, hi, what's up? Do you hear that Neville's coming back to NXT? Thank you, Rebecca. No, Neville is not coming back to NXT unless something happened in the past 12 hours that I don't know about. Neville is going to work an event January. He's going to work against Walter. And I'm closing my eyes because I just wrote a piece on this. And Walter was just signed, of course, for the WWE UK and NXT UK brand. But they're going to work a match, I think, in January of next year, of 2019. No, he's not coming back. He's Pac, and he's going to stay Pac. And I would be surprised if he ever came back to WWE. I don't see that happening. Walter's being allowed to finish up his indie dates. And so he's finishing up. And I don't know if this was booked ahead of time. I imagine maybe it was, and we just didn't hear about it till now. But he's being allowed to finish up before he starts full-time with NXT. So let's see. Do I know what the 1-2 thing is with Lorcan and Birch? I do not. I like only Lorcan and Danny Birch. I do. I like them as a tag team, but I'm not sure. I watch NXT. I always write. I do a results piece on NXT every week now for ProWrestling.com, and they weren't on the show, so I'm not sure I know. Yeah, Craig, you're right. In January. Yeah. Okay, Danny. Danny just said, looking at his body, Neville is taking something. Okay, Danny. Danny, this is no disrespect to you at all, because Danny, for all I know, you're right. I don't know what Pac is doing or not doing. I don't have any idea. It's his body, not mine, right? But I would caution you, just a friendly bit of caution from me to you as a pro wrestling fan. I try to give guys benefit of the doubt. I know that's not the easiest thing in the world, and we've been proven wrong a bunch when we have seen our favorites die from taking things, putting things in their body they shouldn't have been taking or doing. I get it. It sucks. And nothing about that can ever make you feel better. However, at the same time, I always try to be cautious. Before the hours after Eddie passed, all everyone could talk about is what killed him. And I'm like, I don't care. At this point, he's gone. Unless it's a close, and I know how people are thinking, well, I love the guy, he's my hero and I want to know what happened. I get it. Like if a family member died, you'd want to know what happened. I understand. But at the same time, it's their family, it's him, it's not us. So I don't know. I have an issue with that. So that's why I try to reserve judgment and hold my tongue on stuff I don't really know about. Now, if he fails a drug test or if it comes out he's doing something, you would have been right. And Danny says, just saying because his body doesn't look natural. Danny, I can't argue with that. But at the same time, I've seen guys who have been drug tested repeatedly and look like that. And they just live in the gym. They live in the gym straight up. I would say that probably Pac does as well. That's just my point of view. You can take that or leave it. You don't have to necessarily listen to it. Barrett says it's your first time. Barrett, welcome to Tom Clark's Main Event. I wear goofy hats every week. I don't. That's a joke. I'm wearing this because ho, 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 baby. That's why. Merry freaking Christmas, okay? I'm going to mess the hat up there. And yes, to answer the question, there's the poof. I'll put it. Look. That kind of looks like it's, attached. I don't have long hair, so like I could just hang it right there and go, like that. My kid, when my kid gets long hair in his eyes, he does that thing. The kids do. He doesn't have long hair, but he does this thing as if his hair is going to move. Stop. It's so funny. But he's 10. What do you want? Didn't Tess get popped for violation? His body wasn't super jacked until the end. Steven's got a great point. Can't argue that. New WWE main direction. No more GMs. Okay, so I didn't see all the comment, but we can get on that real quick if you want to. So the Man Family comes out on Monday Night Raw, says, well, we're going to do something different. We're going to give you what you want. Heard this before, right? So it's kind of like that girlfriend that promises things are going to get better. She keeps coming back and, this time for sure, I'm not going to cheat on you and I'm going to love you. And you're like, yeah, she's probably going to cheat on me again. And guess what? She cheats on you because she sucks. Okay. It's kind of that thing where you want to trust her, but you shouldn't. And you do because you're an idiot. You're not an idiot the first time. You're an idiot the second time. I'm just saying. So love can only take you so far, my friends. Words of wisdom from Tom Clark's Main Event. So I don't know, man. It kind of feels like the same old thing. And by the way, I just wrote this for Wrestling Rumors. So if you've not checked it out, please go check it out. I posted it today. And if you'll give me a moment, I'll read the headline to you so that you may go click on it and read it for yourself. The McMahon family's return, WWE's fresh start or recycled storytelling. I submit that perhaps it is recycled storytelling. That's just me talking. You can believe that or not believe it as you see fit. Totally up to you. I don't know how I feel about it right now. I think I need more time to decide. Raja thinks it's come to a point where I part ways with WWE current brands, just not appealing anymore. I feel your pain. But just don't forget there's other wrestling out there to watch. There's New Japan. I got on my TV right now, the December 15th event from Cork Hall. It's top notch so far. I'm enjoying it as I'm watching it and talking to you good folks today. Ms. Lopez says recycled. Interesting. I think I might agree with that. Do we think Baron Corbin get back to an in-ring career? Sure, anytime he wants to. This whole GM thing, I don't know what it was for, except to just have somebody to put in the role. But yeah, anytime he wants to. Don't know if I want to see it, if you're asking me that part of it. But yeah, anytime they want to, they can. There's going to be new stars, new faces. Basically the same matches last night. Yeah, Paul's got some sarcasm. Paul's probably true with the sarcasm. He's probably right. Yeah, so again, I ask you, what do you think about that? Like, is it floating your boat, so to speak? Or do you look at this and say, seen this crap before, you're not impressing me at all? A part of me says I've seen this crap before, you're not impressing me at all. I don't know, man. So let's continue on the card and then we can jump back and forth as we've been doing, yes? Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey defeats Nia Jax. We saw that coming, yes. Good end. I like the way that Ronda kissed Jax's fist before she made her tap. That was pretty cool. Jax gets punked out backstage by Becky Lynch, which had to happen, obviously. WWE Champion Daniel Bryan defeats AJ Styles. We saw that coming as well, I believe. Dean Ambrose defeats Seth Rollins, becoming Intercontinental Champion. People took a crap on that match all the way through. I didn't. I see where people had a problem with it. It was slow paced, way slower than it should have been. And, for all we know, they were told you've got 15 minutes. I don't know how long they went. If they went 20 or something, I don't know. And maybe they were just stretching it. Maybe they were just doing all they could to stretch it, and they were just trying to fill time and fill the clock. I don't know, but it did seem like they could have picked up the pace a little better than what they were doing, to be honest with you. That's just me talking. the main event, were you surprised that Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair were in the main event? Because I wasn't. I thought it was a great choice. I loved it. I thought the match was top notch. Cameron says yes, they booed the crap out of Rollins and Ambrose for sure. Paul says thinks Jax is buried now, and I'm okay with it. Paul, she's not buried, my man, if she's on TV. That's my opinion on the whole burying topic of conversation. Doesn't matter if you're talking about Zack Ryder or anybody else. As long as they've got a job, if they're on TV, if they're featured pretty much every week, if they're selling merchandise, that to me is not someone getting buried. That's just my opinion. Dean and Seth are way better than what they put out. I'll have to agree with that, Jim, as well. It was not their finest showing. Someone asked me earlier this week if I thought it hurts them. I said absolutely not. They're professionals. They'll bounce back from this. It's what professionals do. They had an off night. Terrible night to have an off night. I'm not sure why they had an off night. You never know what's in a guy's head the night of the show. It's hard to know. I saw guys personally who this was probably the biggest match of their career, and they phoned it in. They just, stuff's going on at home. They got stuff going on at work. Their head's not in the game. I don't know. Good Lord, I don't know. Let's see. Never been on TV more. Talking about Nia, right? Yeah. Let's see. What's the deal with Bray Wyatt's tweets? No one knows what the deal is with Bray Wyatt's tweets. I've only spoken to Bray a couple of times on direct message on Twitter. We follow each other, and I congratulated him after a match. I forget what match it was. It's been several years ago, and he thanked me for it. I don't know. You know what I like? People can rip on Bray all they want to. I like that Bray is doing something with Bray, even though WWE is not doing anything with Bray. Do you see what I'm saying? I like that. I love that, actually. That at least he's making an effort to get himself over, keep himself over in some capacity. So I'm fine with it. I don't know what they're going to do. I know that Bray is capable of much more than what he's doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing. I want to see him continue to do more than what he's doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing. He needs to come back. They need to bring him back in a big, bad way. I think they can. I don't think I want to see the Bray Wyatt character change at this point. I think it's working for him. I know it is. You can do a variation of it like they've done with Undertaker. You know, you want to compare the two guys, and I've done it myself before, Bray and Undertaker. But one of the comparisons, in my opinion, is that you can take Bray's character and you can tweak it. They tweaked it for Matt Hardy. They can tweak it for other things, and they can make it work, and he can get over just as much as he was doing before. But I think it's a matter of we kind of got to put him on TV for this thing to work to begin with, right? New McMahon direction, no more GMs, but Shane saying rematch clauses are antiquated, I thought was idiotic. Wow. Yeah, Paul, good call on your part, my friend. Rumor has it Finn getting a push by ICR. Yeah, Joe, we just talked about Finn climbing up the ladder, which I think we basically all said we're for it. I don't think I've ever run into anybody that said, Finn sucks. Screw this guy. I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe those guys exist out there, but I have not run into them. I don't remember those fans at all. Not for nothing, but shouldn't Chase Owens have a better body? That's off topic, but he's in New Japan. Shouldn't he have a better body? I'm sorry. I just, no offense. This coming from the guy that's having to lose weight because he got too freaking big, right? So who am I to judge? I'm just saying. Off topic. Is it true Charlotte's going to main event WrestleMania? I think from the day they signed that chick, they decided she was going to main event WrestleMania. I really think if you want to book a match, my man, Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda, triple threat main event of WrestleMania 35. I know what you're saying. That takes one top star away from another top female division wrestling match at WWE WrestleMania. You're right. At the same time, however, I think that if that's where the money is, I think there's money in Charlotte versus Ronda. There's money in Ronda versus Becky. There's real money in all three. The question is, can they keep the fires burning for another 4 or 5 months till WrestleMania gets here? Hoi, that might be a tall order. It's not impossible, but it's going to be interesting to see how they keep things going and keep interest in this thing high to the point that you want to see them in the first place in the main event. Let's see. Someone just said a storyline about Bray and Bo teaming together. That'd be interesting. They're probably eventually going to tell you that they're brothers. I don't know. Yeah. Do I think the women's match can unify the title? I don't think they need to unify the titles, Jim, to your point. They're talking about doing the tag team championships, which you got to believe they're going to do one set. They'll probably do 2 sets, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the plan or not. I still think they need both brands. But it begs the question, if you're not going to have a GM for 2 separate brands and a commissioner for 2 separate brands, it begs the question, why do they still have 2 separate brands? is the separate brand just going to go away and they not formally announce it? They just kind of, let's just act like this didn't happen. Shh. I don't know, man. It's possible. Who would know that Nia's accidental punch of Becky would have sent her character to new heights? Becky pulled that off and can't get enough seeing her on TV. What do I think when EC3 comes up? EC3 is a talented guy. He's got a great physique, great personality. I've always heard he has great work ethic and he's good with the guys backstage. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I think he can be a major star on the main roster. That's my opinion. I think he'd be a major heel. That's how I see it. Someone just called Nia's punch accidental. It's not accidental. Nia intentionally punched Becky in the face. Now, did she know she was punching Becky? Absolutely not. I don't think so. She knew she was punching somebody, but you go back and watch that. That's a straight right. That wasn't a working punch, dude. Can't tell me it was. That's a straight right with follow through. You want to know how you can tell the difference between working punches, the majority of working punches, not all of them, and a legit punch straight on where you're trying to take somebody's head off? The working punch stops. If you're hitting someone, the goal is to hit them. You're not going to make contact with their face and stop and pull your punch. Ooh, that's enough. That's enough. You're going to keep going until you turn their head because that's kind of the deal. Now, when you see it in pro wrestling, you got to be careful because a lot of times the guy's turning his head on his own. He's helping you. He's cooperating. Obviously, cooperation. She threw a straight right. Now, I'm not going to excuse her for it. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, this is not ballet. This is what happens. Sorry, she threw a straight right. In my opinion, I believe, you could take this or leave it, I believe that what happened was she was in the heat of the moment. She felt somebody grabbing at her. It ticked her off. She turned around, threw a straight punch, which she should not have done. She should have turned around, squared up face to face, and threw a working punch. She didn't do that. She almost threw it blind. She was swinging as she came around. I think it was... do I think she meant to hurt somebody? No. But I think she meant to get somebody off of her and send a message. And I think that's what happened. And it went way worse than she thought it was going to in the heat of the moment. That's my opinion. Let's see. Lacey Evans, Keith says, what's up, Keith? I'm not high on Lacey Evans. Can I be honest? I think there's more talented females in NXT than Lacey. I don't get it. I don't really understand why. She's got the military background, which is going to be good for her character. It'll get her over in front of certain audiences. Get her over in front of every audience in some degree on some nights. But I think there's other women more talented than she is. No disrespect. But she would not have been the first female I would have put up from NXT, to be honest with you. She wouldn't have been it. That's just me talking. Let's see. Steven says his point was how Becky handled it. Becky's a pro. And let me tell you something about Becky, Steven, to your point. Becky doesn't care about that stuff. Becky's a pro wrestler. She's not a model. She's not a centerfold. She's not there to get her own reality TV show. She doesn't care about being on a runway. She doesn't care about being on a magazine cover. Becky's a pro wrestler. That's the difference. Becky's a pro wrestler. Nia Jax is there for her career outside of WWE. My opinion. I don't think she's there to be a WWE superstar. I think she's there to build her resume. That's just me talking. Becky wants to be the best because she's a pro wrestler. So that's a different mindset. Does it make Nia wrong? Not necessarily. Does it make Becky right? Not necessarily. It's just two different mindsets. And you can hear one interview with Becky outside of the confines of WWE, and you know that she's serious about her career. She's serious about being the best. It's not just storyline. It's not just character. She's dead serious about it. I see Becky being a lifer in this business. I don't see it getting, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it getting to a point with Becky Lynch where one day she retires. I think that she'll hang on and she'll always be involved in the business in some capacity. I believe that. Do you think Mustafa might have hurt Daniel Bryan with the slam that made him see him pin the champ? So I just wrote a piece on Mustafa for the Chairshot, and it'll post this weekend, as I said before. He does the move called the 054, which is the inverted 450 splash. He said now listen, I don't shoot the messenger, folks. I'm just telling you what I heard. He said on a recent edition of Lillian Garcia's Chasing Glory podcast that when he gets up there, that he doesn't really know what he's doing. He closes his eyes and he tucks and jumps. And that thankfully he's not hurt anyone yet. Now, if you're going to work Mustafa Ali and you hear that interview first, you're going to say, dude, you're not going to hurt me tonight, are you? Like, aren't you more careful than that? It's cause for concern. I'm not suggesting to you that Ali is unsafe. Please don't misquote me here. I'm just suggesting to you that that's not what you want to hear out of a guy that's being paid to be a WWE superstar, and a guy who not only getting paid to be a WWE superstar, but is getting paid to work night in, night out, night after night. In order for you to keep going night after night after night, you have to be safe, and so does your opponent. You got to work tomorrow night. You can't be hurting guys. Now, again, I'm not suggesting it's unsafe, and maybe it was an accidental screw-up. It was certainly not intentional. But to me, the move might be a bit too dangerous for his own good. That's just me talking. Let's see. The Rock could put 9 in a movie. Betty, to your point, probably will. Will Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens return heel or face together or separately? Can I be honest with you? I don't think that they could come back face. Anything could happen. It's WWE. They could pull off anything they want to or try to. Right? It's that company. You know what I mean. But I think they'll come back heel. I think they need to come back more than what they did before if the company's serious about elevating them to new heights. Right? Harry says he's glad that it'll be used Mustafa. I couldn't agree more. Renus, excuse me. Muhammad, hi to you, sir. How are you? Joshua, you're so late. Joshua's so late. Everyone boo Joshua. Tell Josh he's late. My God in heaven, Josh. Listen, the party started at 12. We all wore hats. We had cookies, eggnog. Josh is late. And Josh, here's what sucks for you. You were supposed to bring the Christmas roast, and you're not here. So we've been starving because of you. We pigged out on the cookies. It's all over now. Joshua, jeez. I'm playing, man. What's up? Glad to see you on the show again. So, any wrestler who cracked a skull doing the 450 splash, dangerous move. Here's how Miss Lopez, to your point. How about this? How's about it's dangerous in the hands of the wrong person? And there's so much crap going on in the indie circuit right now. It is unbelievable. And let me tell you something. I got in around 2000. And I got into a little mom and pop pro wrestling company that was running out of a Legion Hall every Saturday night in a small town here in the South. Okay. And I didn't see a third. I didn't see a quarter, nothing of what we're seeing now on the independent circuit with these stupid stunts, these asinine flips, these ridiculous spots. These guys are getting legitimately hurt. I didn't see it. You know what I saw? I saw like 16, 17, 18-year-old. Yeah, 16 for real. 17, 18-year-old kids who grew up watching Shawn versus Brett and wanted to do that too. They didn't grow up watching ECW. They grew up watching the other stuff. And they said, that's what I want to do when I get in the business. Now, yeah, I ran into hardcore guys I didn't care for. I still don't to this day. It's my opinion. But I didn't see a third. Nowhere near what you're seeing right now. It's disgusting to me how the business has changed. Andrew says, I'd love to see EC3 versus Daniel Bryan to reignite a decent rivalry. Yeah, but, how's the matchup between those two guys? I don't know. Brenda, what's up? Welcome to the show. What will they do with Styles next? Will they still keep him in the title picture? Choche? Yes, sir. Is that right, Choche? Sorry if I mispronounced it. So here's my deal with AJ. We said this on the program a few weeks ago, I think now. AJ's done it. He's done it. He's done. I don't know what else he's got to do. He's faced everybody. Doesn't mean he has to beat them all. He's faced them all. Who's left? Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. He's got 3 guys, basically. Do you really want to see AJ versus any of these 3 guys? No disrespect. I'm just saying. I don't think I do, man. Can I be honest with you? I don't think I do. He's faced everyone else. Who's left? I don't know, man. He's faced everybody else. AJ's to the point now in his short time in WWE, short by other standards, of course, he can just coast along, He doesn't want to. AJ's an uber competitive guy, right? So I see him wanting to do as much as he possibly can. I hope they're not done with him. I hope he's not done with them. I want to see him continue for a good long time. Let's see. Do I think R-Truth will screw up his 30th entrance spot? Think he may book his trip to WHQ on the night of the Rumble, miss it. Craig, Jesus Christ on a cracker. I love what you just said. You, my friend, just won the second node prize of the program. Congratulations. I love that. Oh my God, what a great idea. Because truth is like dumb. He's not. He's so good at playing it, isn't he? He says something, his eyes are big, and he's like, yep. And you're like, oh, jeez, truth, God. I love that his name is Truth, and he doesn't know what the truth is. The truth is he has no clue what he's doing. I love that about him. What a great personality. What a great character. You know what's good about that character? You don't need to work in the ring to get that character over. You can just cut a promo and you're over. And people are like, God, let me replay that. That was so funny. That's him. He's figured it out. He's got the formula, man. He's got the formula for staying healthy and making some money and doing it without killing himself every night like a lot of these guys half his age are doing, and they'll never make the kind of money Truth has made, and that's the truth. That's the truth, okay? Love that guy. Dumb in a fun way? Absolutely, Steven. 100% absolutely. Kevin Owens should get back in the mix. He's had some of the most memorable matches over the last couple of years. Big fella with mad skills. Randy, to your point, he has. I'd like to see him come back in a big bad way. I don't know. Paul says, best thing he ever did was with Little Jimmy. I like that. They could bring him back anytime they wanted to as well. R-Truth is very entertaining. I did a podcast spot on the night of TLC on the Chairshot podcast network. You can go check that out if you want to. I said that very thing. We put over R-Truth for like 10 straight minutes, man, because the guy's earned it. He's so good at what he does, for sure. I love the guy. I always had. Former World Heavyweight Champion. Just saying. So, Truth and Mello are good together. Oh, yeah. Gail says, okay, yeah. Carmella. I agree. Put Carmella on the map. You take Carmella seriously now. Did you before? I don't mean seriously in terms of being a wrestler, but did you care about Carmella on your TV before she joined up with R-Truth? I didn't. I do now because it's fun to watch. It's entertaining. That's the whole point, right? Speaking of the Rumble, Craig's bringing the heat. Speaking of the Rumble, who's winning? Okay, so a lot of the theories out there now is that Becky lost the title so she could win the Women's Royal Rumble and so that she can go to WrestleMania and challenge Ronda Rousey. I see that. I see that happening. As far as the men are concerned, the men's match is way more up in the air. You want to know why? 2 words. The first one starts with B. The second one starts with L. Brock freaking Lesnar. Want to know why? Because no one gets over on Brock Lesnar. If you're watching me on your phone, hold your phone close to your ear. If you're listening on a recorded podcast, turn the volume way up. No one gets over on Brock Lesnar. They don't. I'm sorry, they don't. No one does, okay? And if you do, he will come back and beat you in the end. Roman may be the only exception to this. He may be the only guy. I guess because Brock beat him a whole bunch before Roman got to beat him. So maybe they call that even. But, yeah, man, you don't get over on Brock. Good luck to whoever wins the Rumble, because who cares? I'm going to watch it. Well, if you don't like it, Tom, stop watching. Don't be like that. I thought you and I were cool. Don't do that. I'm going to watch. I'm going to write about it. I'm going to watch the day after that. It's fine. I'm just saying, I don't have a reason to care about the Royal Rumble because of Brock Lesnar. That's me talking. It's just my opinion. Seth beat who down? Seth beat Brock down. I'm talking about winning a match. No one does that and gets away with it. Brock has come back on everyone that's beat him. The only one that he's not come back on is Roman, but Roman went out. And plus, like I said, he spent a better part of a year kicking Roman's hind end, or maybe longer. Yeah? So, yeah, for real. It's hard for me to get excited. Listen, if you don't agree, that's fine. For me personally, I can't get excited about the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry that doesn't answer the question. It's just me. Becky versus Ronda at the Rumble. Ronda retains and Charlotte wins 30 women Royal Rumble match. Yeah, maybe. Would they do Becky and Ronda at Royal Rumble, or would they save it for Mania? But Andrew, you're right. They're probably going to go with Charlotte and Ronda. Again, if it's me, I'm booking a triple threat. That's just me talking. Seth did twice at Mania 31 and Battleground. He didn't pin Brock Lesnar, Harry. Right? He didn't pin Brock. I'm not talking about... He didn't pin him. He didn't put Brock's shoulder... Listen. Correct me if I'm wrong, Harry. Listen, if you're right about one of these and I'm forgetting, my apologies, man. I'm not trying to come at you, okay? But yeah, he did it at Mania, but he pinned Roman. He didn't pin Brock. There's a big difference. You know what I mean? If you pin Brock Lesnar will pin you in return. That's kind of how this works if he doesn't pin you first, right? Everyone ultimately lost to him. Who didn't lose to him in the end? Now, I'm not talking about one match. I'm talking about in the end. Like John Cena, brought his lunch to him at Extreme Rules. That was Extreme Rules that year with the chain and everything. Brock came back and destroyed him a year later, whatever it was. I'm saying he always comes back. No one's booked to go over on Brock Lesnar long term. He always comes back and has the answer and beats the guy. And please, if I'm wrong, someone call me out. It's perfectly fine. That's just me. I'm talking about getting pinned in the ring. That's what I'm talking about. Again, if I'm wrong, show me. Dude, thank you for showing me. I don't know. Let's see. Roman beat Brock at Wrestle Freaking Mania and still couldn't get over. You're right, for sure. Goldberg, you're right, but he beat Goldberg. That's what I'm saying. Choche, again, my apologies. He beat him. Brock came back and it doesn't matter. It matters. But I'm saying, you know what, remember they did? Paul said it's a fluke. He caught Brock not looking. Doesn't matter. And when Brock got thrown out of the Rumble, what'd they say? It's a fluke. Caught him looking. Doesn't matter. Guess what? They're right, because Brock won in the end. It didn't matter. Didn't matter. You get what I'm saying, right? To Brock's character, his presentation. I'm invincible. I'm the Hulk, and I'm the Monster Smash, and all this other crap. The Beast Incarnate, and all that junk. That it didn't matter because he came back and beat the guy in the end. That's what I'm saying. Trust me, I wrote a lot about Brock, man, over the past 2-3 years. Jeez, so much. I've looked up his record and written the numbers down. It baffles my mind. His win-loss record is unreal. But just saying. Let's see. Mixed match R-Truth and Carmella versus Velveteen Dream and Lacey. Interesting. Dream's in some hot water, right? That's the buzz right now, that Dream's in hot water. He's been deleting tweets and stuff, wanting to get on the main roster. Let me tell you something, okay? Listen, all right? If you want to make your own way, make your own way. You want to get somewhere in this life, make some noise. You think people are going to show up and hand you things? Come on. Grow up, man. You have to make your own way, for sure. You're 100% right. You just... whoever said that Dream is, talking. Yeah, he's talking. He should be talking. Make some noise, okay? Does it mean that he hates his job? He's going to walk out in NXT. I hate it here. No one said that. But he wants more. You can't fault a guy for that. Don't you want more? I sure do. That's why I spend countless hours in this office writing and podcasting, folks, because I want more than what I have. I want my dream. This is what I want. You see what I mean? He wants his dream. Go with God, man. Make noise. You know who's going to have your back in this life? You. You got to be the one to go out there and hustle. You got to hustle, man, and make it happen. No one's going to do it for you. You'll have some allies on the way. You'll make some friends with any luck as you go through the process. But ultimately, you have to be the one to seize the opportunity by the throat. Take it and run with it. And I applaud him for that. I hate that it's getting him in hot water. It's so dumb. If anyone should understand what taking advantage of an opportunity and seizing the day and trying to make the best of an opportunity and coming up and making better for yourself, WWE should understand that. It's disappointing I'm hearing that he's in trouble. Such ridiculous nonsense. Oh, who's the... Mike's on the road. Mike's breaking up the intensity that Tom's bringing right now with the pizza. Mike, I had the opportunity to have pizza 2 days ago, and I turned it down, Mike, because I'm behaving. 42 pounds down and counting. I got to keep trucking, man. I can't be having pizza. Be safe on the road, Mike, for real. Let's see. I want to say Lars will be the only one to beat Lesnar, but I thought that with Braun too. Harry, you make a great point, my friend. I can't argue that at all. We kind of thought Braun was the answer. If you can't see me listen to this podcast, I'm shaking my head no. Braun's not the answer at all. Bleh. We've seen it. We've seen the magic trick. You don't want to see the magic trick again. You know what I mean? You've seen the deck of cards disappear. Who cares about seeing it again? Don't care anymore. That's kind of the thing with Braun. Is Braun played out? I did no disrespect, folks. I love the guy. He's Carolina boy. What's not to love? Just saying. But have we seen the Dog and Pony Show? Does it matter now? I don't know. I'm just asking the question, man. Ronnie, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. All right, Mike, sweet. Can't follow a dream for one to get called up, especially when you see Laura's Heavy Machine and others getting called up. Jim, absolutely right. Joshua says, call me up, Vince. 100%, Jack. That's what I'm talking about. Let's make it happen. All right, man. So we've been to the TLC card. I will say this at the end of the day. TLC delivered on every level. I was happy with the show. I've rewatched it twice. Good show, good program, good event. Everybody, and I say this every time, even if I wasn't happy with an event, they brought it. The men and women of WWE stepped up as always. The crew, the production, everything was on par. The men and women worked their hearts out in the ring for your benefit, for your entertainment. Kudos to them. Congratulations to them for a good show. And thank you as always. Very cool stuff. I love watching these guys do their thing in the ring. It's awesome. Rodney, Merry Christmas to you, sir, also. Choche, again, man, please tell me if I'm butchering your name. I apologize. He's happy we have a place to talk about this stuff. Man, so am I. I've been on YouTube with the show now for a while, and I love it. This is episode 116, man. I think I got here episode 97, 96, 97, something like that. It's been a while. It's funny. Let's see. Is The Miz sucking up to the McMahons just for a little title shot? Craig, I'm sure you meant shot, right? It's okay, brother. I thought he was sucking up to Shane to betray Shane, to double cross him. That's what I thought, but I don't know if he's going to. Maybe. Ronnie says he's afraid some of these girls are going to get seriously hurt. Ronnie, I'm afraid about that for everybody in the business that takes these unnecessary risks and things like that, coming off the top, 450, 054, backflip, moonsault that you can't see where you're going. You're depending on people to catch you. There's a give and take in pro wrestling. You're not doing it by yourself. You're not on an island alone, okay? You have to have people cooperate in order to make this stuff work, right? But, unnecessary risks, you see a lot of them in New Japan, to be honest with you, and it worries me, to be honest with you. I'd rather see guys be safe. I'm not going to call anybody out, I'm just saying. But to your point, I'd rather these guys and gals be a lot safer than what they are sometimes. So, Harry, yes, my man, it's weekly, my friend. All right, as the audience dwindles and we get ready to take it home, that's always how I know to go home, because the audience is kind of drifting now. If we're not friends on Facebook, please send me a message on Facebook, Wrestling Rumors Facebook Instant Messenger, and say, hey, Tom, please send me a request, and I will send you one. If you try to find me, you won't be able to find me. I'm just saying. So please do that, and I will be happy to send you a friend request, and we'll go from there. Everyone that sent me one, I have sent a request, they've accepted, and now we're buddies, chums, pals, compadres, amigos, dudes, compatriots, all the above. So please send me a request. Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger. Okay, we've got time for a couple more. Let's hit a couple more. Somebody knock me out of the park here, man. This is Christmas. Hit me with a good Christmas one, man, and we'll take it home on that note. Merry Christmas, Gail. Thank you for watching. As always, I do appreciate the love. Brenda says the match between Asuka and Naomi on SmackDown was awesome. Couldn't agree more. Very entertaining match. I love that they went blow for blow, move for move. That was very cool. The women are more than capable of doing that, depending on what women you're talking about, right? So yeah, very cool. The next question I hit. Oh, Andrew, don't do that to me. Who's gonna win the men's Royal Rumble match? I done told you I don't know. Don't put me on the spot. I hate predictions. Alma, that was awesome indeed. Merry Christmas to you. Alma, thank you for watching. Who had the best year in WWE? Harry. Someone asked that question on another thing I was doing the other day or something, and said, oh, well, Becky Lynch. And the response was, Becky Lynch started too late in the year. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Because there were some late starters. Daniel Bryan, I think. You know what? Daniel Bryan may have had the best year. He came back at WrestleMania 34. Became WWE champion later in the year. Yeah. Had some great matches in the meantime. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think he had a fine 2018. It's been a rough year for some guys, for the company as a whole, I believe. So, Rebecca, Merry Christmas to you. What are they going to do with Corbin? Hopefully a whole bunch of nothing today. Or soon. Mark, you're late to the party, my friend. We're getting ready to take this thing home. Thank you, Brandon. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, we're going to take this home. Listen, I gotta thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, Jim, you got the last one, brother. Favorite Christmas wrestling episode, Raw, Nitro, other. Oh my God. I thought Steve Austin's Stunning Santa Claus was pretty epic. If I have to pick one, that'd be the one I'd pick. By the way, real quick story. So in the promotion I was working for, again, this was 2001, we had Christmas, okay? And I was the guy writing the storylines. I had this great idea to take our top heel and our top baby face and do a Santa Claus angle. So I had our top heel in the ring. I had rented a Santa Claus outfit. True story. I put it on our top heel. You want to know the kicker? The kicker is on our top baby face. Here's the rub. Our top baby face was 6'3" and like 150 pounds. I'm not making this up. Thin as a rail, okay? So we put the Santa Claus outfit on him. We took a pillow around his waist and tied everything up with a belt to make him look fat. So in the middle of the heel cutting a promo, here comes Santa through the crowd going, ho, ho, ho. I mean, I told him, I said, dude, be as obnoxious as you can. We gave him a bag full of candy he was handing out to the kids. I said, dude, be loud, be obnoxious. So he did. Ho, ho, ho. And he threw his head back and he's laughing. Ha, ha, Merry Christmas. So the heel's trying to cut the promo and he's like, all right, that's enough. What's going on? So I told him, I said, step outside on the ring apron. And I want Santa to put you on his shoulders. Okay. And take you, and I had him do something with him. Well, guess what? He dropped him. I'm at the table doing commentary, watching this all unfold, and I'm like, oh, they dropped him. He picked him back up. They threw him in the ring. He takes the beard and the hat off. People are like, oh, it's our hero. He whips him in the corner. The heel went 110 miles an hour, did a hard flip into the corner. He put him through a table. That's one of my best Christmas memories of a pro wrestling spot. I love that, actually. Who's talking to me right now? Who was that? Anyway, that was pretty cool to see. Let's see. I don't know. Someone just got upset on the show. Who's getting upset here, man? I don't know who that was. Jim, thank you, my friend. All right, that's all I got for you. I could run my mouth all day long, but I think we got our point across. Reviewed TLC, wished everybody Merry Christmas, and did all that good stuff. All right, man, that's all I got for you. Remember to check me out, boinkstudios.com. I try to update the site as much as possible. You'll find links to prowrestling.com, the chairshot.com, the floor seat, and also wrestlingrumors.com. That's where we're at right now. Much thanks to everyone for watching today. I appreciate you hanging out. It always means the world to me. And listen, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah from the Clark family to your family. From Tom Clark's Main Event, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Mark, sounds good, man. Hit me up, brother. Have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Thanks again for watching. Be safe this weekend. Have a good holiday. We'll be back next Friday. Hang out with us, okay? Sound good, sound great. Merry Christmas, guys. Much love, much respect. Peace. All right, that's all we got. We'll see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.